Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the official ARK podcast, here with number 354. My name's Coach MT, and I'm here today with the core team. Your host for tonight, as always, the one and only Mr. Alice. The floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach MT, and folks, welcome back to the ARK Daily Podcast. This is Friday, October 20th. We are here, calm, cool, and collected. Very, very excited, folks. There's a couple of updates from Alpha Brent Nordin is going to be bringing to the table tomorrow officially in black and white and writing. You will have all of the details. We've already put it out there, folks. Don't hurry. Keep playing your game the way you are. Don't make any drastic changes until you get all of the information so that you're better able to make the best decision, because there's a lot of things that we're doing here on our side to make it easier, to make it more attractive, to make it simpler. We want everybody to win here as much as possible, to be on the right side. We all understand what Legacy has to offer, what the team has built, what the team is continuing to build. And there's happy days here ahead for us, folks. We also are going to be announcing here shortly the full activation live of the multi-chain abilities for the AIR and Terra cards. For folks from the Polygon, even the base chain, Ethereum, they're going to be able to bring their crypto right over here, folks. Load up that AIR card for that virtual instant Visa, or order their Terra card. That's going to be going live. Alex is working on it as we speak, bringing it to reality, tangible. And if any of you want to go ahead and give it a try, test out those new contracts, we welcome you to do so. Give us some feedback. As far as we've tested it, it's working amazing. So now it's going fully live, folks. And I think before the end of the podcast, we should have the green light. So if you want to try it out today, go ahead, knock yourself out, have some fun. We are also testing the migration, what we can and what we can't do. I mean, we take our time to ensure that what in the spirit of what we'd like to offer, that the smart contracts and the whole infrastructure of how they come together is actually able to perform it and do so. There are certain things that are hard-coded into the contracts that we are not able to change. So we're fine-tuning, we're testing, and tomorrow we will have the exact details, numbers of how this is all going to unfold. Brent Nordin's going to tell us a bit today about it, more information as the days have passed. We're getting closer, we're fine-tuning, we're meeting with our advisors. We want to make sure that everyone is going to have plenty of time to understand the opportunity and make their decision. Here on the ARK, we've never and never will tie people's hands into a situation where they don't have a choice. The choices are being made for them. And we see that happen time and time again, where folks are just hostage. They're not able to withdraw their funds. They're not able to move on if they wish to do so. So we're going to go into that here in just a minute. But before we do that, let me announce, we've already done Sparky. And today's Sparky winner, their wallet ends in F752. Their first-time winner, and of course our MVP, their wallet. Hold on, let me see if that one's correct. MVP. I think we had an issue here on the front end, folks. Hold on, let me just pull it up. Broadcasting studio part is not showing. Sorry, the MVP ends in F752, and the Spark reward winner, I don't think it fired because I'm not seeing it here showing on the front. So I'll have to do that. I'll get it done right after the podcast. I think we had a misfire. But MVP, that's already been rewarded. Brent Nordin, turning it over to you, sir, for the alpha. I know tomorrow it'll come in writing
Yeah.
And folks will
Yeah,
have plenty of time.
Yeah, we'll have it all in black and white, as you said, tomorrow, all of the detail and things. But along the lines that you were mentioning about people changing their strategy or doing things, I would just say if you're planning on using your ArkFi tokens and finishing out your vault as much as possible to go into the legacy NFT, I would definitely wait to see what we have to publish. There will be a price that we are able to offer once the swap contract is basically disabled. We're going to raise the price of the ArkFi token and allow you, when you deposit into the LSA, to get a higher price for the ArkFi token than what we're seeing even today. So if you're thinking you want to go the LSA route, there is one caveat to that. I would say if you're concerned that the level of funds that we have available in the LSA will run out quickly, then if you want to start putting in some into the LSA at these prices today, I don't want to tell you not to do that, because there is a finite amount of funds that we'll have available. We'll have probably over 100K. Will be my guess, whatever's in the ILC now, plus whatever the liquidity is remaining in the Pancake Swap liquidity pool. Once we stop the swap contract, we're going to move that liquidity, whatever's left in BUSD, over to the LSA fund, and then you'll be able to redeem your tokens at a higher level. We also are going to have different levels of NFT, and we will have cheaper NFTs. So we'll be announcing the restructuring of the legacy NFT. It won't happen overnight. If you do get into the LSA contract and sort of reserve your spot, but you only, let's say, have $100 in the LSA, you will still be eligible to get a legacy NFT. So that's just a little bit of just a little bit of alpha to give people the right mindset of where we're heading. There's going to be a lot of changes down the road to the legacy NFT contracts to make it, I would say, much better, easier for people to get involved. Also, an incentive for people that get in earlier rather than buy an NFT later. And that's just from a straight up risk reward perspective. So the people that come in earlier, just like any other, capital raise, or if you're investing in another business, the earlier you come in, the more risk you take on, then the higher reward you should get. So we're going to restructure things so that the payouts are more generous for the people that have come in early and the people that are buying in earlier to the NFT rewards pool. So just a little bit of alpha there to let people know that we're thinking now in terms of creating a very high performance asset in the legacy NFT. We're building the entire business structure, the way that the profits flow, all the revenue generation, everything is going to be pointed at those legacy NFTs. So if you're holding one today, congratulations. If you're on the fence or thinking that you might want to continue your investment with ArkFi through the legacy NFT, we'll have all those details tomorrow, as much as we can share at this point. As Atlas mentioned, we're obviously working through that process, that thought process, as well as the contracts, seeing what we can do immediately, and then seeing what we can do with the future upgrade contracts that we will release. And those new legacy NFT levels will be included in those new legacy NFT contracts. So securing your position in the LSA will guarantee you one of those new legacy NFT levels and keep you in the game, basically. So we wanted to throw that out there. We are not going to be increasing the total capital pool of $6 million that we have already currently for the legacy NFT. So if you're concerned because you're currently holding a legacy NFT that you're going to get diluted somehow, that's not going to be the case. So we're keeping the capital, the total capital pool fixed at that $6 million level. And so these additional NFT levels will not impact the performance, ultimately the performance of your legacy NFT and the yield that it produces. So we're going to give more people a chance to get involved. We're going to be able to raise capital in a much, I think, faster way, and also give that incentive, as I mentioned, to people to get in early versus waiting. There will also be some people that will purchase multiple NFTs. Let's say, for example, they have a couple $100 a week that they can afford to invest. They'll be putting that money in sooner than trying to stack it up and buy a higher level NFT, for example. So I think that'll really change the game. It will create a higher level of excitement, I think, around the legacy NFT, and it'll help us reach our goals in terms of capital raise and take a lot of risk off the table in terms of, not having enough capital to execute our business plans, to grow the number of businesses that we enter and the categories of businesses, and continue the development and diversify the revenue streams that are coming back to those legacy NFT holders. So it's kind of a sort of a high level. We'll have more of the detail behind all of those things tomorrow, but just to give you something to chew on if you're sort of on the fence, or if you were thinking you were going to get into the legacy NFT and use your ArkFi tokens to do that through the LSA, I would hold off and wait and see. We're going to publish a price, or at least as close to a price as we can, to give you an idea of what the incentive will be to hold and wait to put in the LSA after we've closed down the swap contract. Other than that, Alex just finished up. He let me know that we are now multi-chain on ARK and Terra card, fully live, locked and loaded. He gave me a list here. Let's see. On the Ethereum chain, he has 5 different tokens available: Ethereum, Tether, USDC, DAI, and Bitcoin. On the Avalanche chain, we have Avalanche, Tether, USDC, and wrapped Ethereum. On Polygon, we have Polygon, Tether, USDC, DAI, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So if there are any additional token requests, he said go ahead and tag him in the tech support channel if you have a token that you'd like him to add on any of those chains. Obviously, we already have the Binance Smart Chain. I didn't go through those. But these are additional tokens that you can use to load your ARK and Terra cards, and those are available right now. That's about it for me. Atlas, did you want to embellish or talk any more about the topics I covered there?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me 1 second here. I want to show the announcement for us here. Let's see if I can do it this
banner.
way.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's go ahead and get this centered in correctly.
Oh, you have the old one. We changed it.
Oh, you did? All right, if you can send that over to me.
No one will notice. It's fine.
Okay.
It's basically the same. It's all the right change, though. So you got the cards and the chain. That's important.
And here we also have the, let's get that right there. I believe that's the Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
Get the next one up here as well. That's Avalanche. Let's get the last one. Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah, I love the proposal here of taking the transfer tax, so that folks will be able to bring their tokens into one wallet and be able to qualify. And of course, we understood that not everyone is at a level that they could afford a legacy NFT starting at $1,000. So bringing these smaller legacy NFTs and getting your share of the pool and getting in earlier, you're going to get paid out more than the folks that come back in later. We're really not leaving anyone behind. There's a lot of small players in ARK, and we don't want them to be like, hey, wait, this is a whales game. Only those folks that had enough tokens to really get their legacy NFTs, only they can play. What about me? I've also made an investment. I also want to migrate. I also want to be valued. I want my tokens to mean something. So that, I think, is absolutely the way to go. $100 is nothing, and they don't have to top it off. And then you're going to be able to have several or multiple, if you want, NFTs in a single wallet. There's a lot of great things, and raising that price, giving folks more value, so that we could really speed this up and let those that want to sell, those that want to migrate, and let's move forward, because we have so much to do here when it comes to these products, getting our users, growing the base, understanding what's coming to security products, ArcLight. There's so much work to be done, and we need to, I think, really zero in and focus on that. Just have everybody in the right place. So that's pretty much it. I love the way this is coming together.
And good point there with the transfer tax. What we're trying to do is reduce in the contract, reduce the transfer tax. So if you move your ArkFi tokens from one wallet to another, so you could consolidate them together effectively. So if you had 10 wallets, for example, and you only had 100 ARK in each one, you could migrate them all to one wallet so that you had 1,000 tokens, and that would give you $100 in the LSA. So that's what we're trying to do, is allow people that have smaller multi-wallet setups, that they could transfer their ArkFi tokens without getting hit with the 10% transfer tax that is in the contract currently. The best case scenario, we can make that 0. The worst case, I think Alex mentioned that we might have to make it 2. He needs to do some testing. So 2% would be, I think, our worst case scenario, and then 0 is obviously our goal, so that there's no tax, because those are just taking taxes of the ArkFi tokens and putting them into the tax vault, and it doesn't really benefit anybody, since the ARK vault is basically being retired. So yeah, that's a great point, Atlas, that I missed. Thank you.
Let's get to crypto. All right, folks. Let me make sure here, because we didn't have the Sparky. See if this time it released. There it is. All right, folks. The Spark winner for today, taking in 836.92 ARK of the Nitro Boost. Their wallet ends in D604. Congratulations. We already mentioned the MVP. We're going to stick around. We're going to do some Q&A with our great community here. I want to thank everybody for rolling on through on this Friday. Tomorrow, get ready. Be prepared. You're still going to have plenty of time before we activate everything, and you're going to be able to take advantage of all these loopholes and what we're able to do to ensure that folks are able to get into legacy or to sell. It's going to be, I think, a great event, and we'll pace it. We'll make sure that all the community, I know not everybody comes to the podcast or is on top of the information, is going to get the information. We might put it on a D app when you go to Compound. Most likely we'll do another founder's message like we did before, where you have to, click and actually read it before you can go to the use the D app and do your Compound. So there's smaller details that we're going over. So the idea here is to lay it all out for you very clearly tomorrow. Thank you for your patience, and we look forward to hearing your feedback as well. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. UTC, and we wish you a great rest of your day, evening, wherever you might be on this planet, this spaceship we call planet Earth. See you tomorrow.